Chase Park, the new Chase Park across the street, which has been really newly remodeled. Good old Ashland and Leland. This is facing northbound. And this church across the street, rectory across the street. Beautiful summer day, about 90 degrees in Chicago. And this is facing Wilson, facing south. Our lovely school, our playground, Chase Park across the street. Very pretty, front of the school. Very, very pretty. So the students would line up in this way, whatever we call it, lane, and we would enter through these doors. And on the right is the convent, which I'll film in a second. I remember the days of this being filled with students. And we in kindergarten had to go in the very back door. So here's one door. This is the first door. A ramp was installed. And this is the second door. And the entry to the kindergarten room, we actually entered through here through this very, very, very back door. This was our entry into the kindergarten room. And now this is all new buildings, all new construction here. It's the back of the school. And this is the back of the convent. The front of the convent. Our Lady of Lourdes entrance, going up the stairs for this virtual tour. On the left is an admissions office. This is where all the graduation photos are from 1935 to 1998. On the right is room 101. It's not quite functional space right now, just a little bit of storage. This is our registration table for the open house. People that registered or didn't are welcome, and they get their IDs. And today's our May 22nd day. This is the old principal's office. The door has been locked, the key has been lost, there's no access to this room, so this is the best we have. That's it. This particular room is the catechism room currently. It's room 103. Mary Joyce made these signs for people to record whatever memory they would like on these sheets of paper. All the graduation photos. This is room 105. It is also off limits today of the open house or farewell tour for alumni because it is storage. And towards the back, this is the old kindergarten room. And here are more graduation photos. And this is room 104. You may have had a class in here. And this is one of our staged rooms. One more cloakroom first to the right. These cloakrooms are so small. The hooks are gone, as you can see. A lot of memories of these cloakrooms. And here's our first classroom. This is the only classroom on the first floor for the purposes of this virtual tour and the farewell tour that is staged as a classroom. And they're college chairs. These are not the original desks that we had as children. Nice, clean, spacious room. This was one of the largest rooms in the building, and it's been sectioned off now by the Lithuanian Archives Project on the left. And on the right, it's a little bit of empty space. It will not be an accessible room for today, the farewell tour. Just not so functional. This is the other side, more graduation pictures. And this is the only floor that has graduation pictures. There's no other pictures upstairs. And this is room 106. We have 2 open classrooms for today for the farewell tour. This is the only classroom in the building that is completely empty. We just kept it wide open. And we have a cloakroom here. We have water. We're expecting a 90-degree day today, Saturday, May 22nd. A few more photos, and we're back to the principal's office, the room that we cannot access. That is the completion of the first floor tour. And these are the doors that we would exit out every day. Leland and Wilson. Wilson on the left. We would exit in a double file, and Leland on the right. To Sousa music every single day. We all have fond memories of that. This is the exit toward the convent. To give you a sense of where we are, we're on the first floor and we're going up. To the second floor. And this is the corridor facing east. So behind me is a closed circuit room, which we're going to only take a peek at from outside. It's unfortunate that it's just a storage room. We'll take a quick peek. So in case you want to see the old TV circuit room. We've got some electrical here for some of you that like to see this stuff. Ooh, some very old-fashioned dials, incandescent lights. How about that? And what else? It's some storage in here, some desks and chairs and junky stuff. And room 201, unfortunately, is off limits because there's storage in there. Thou shalt not steal a peek. Room is off limits, but we can take a peek. Just a bunch of storage in there. Nice big room though. And here we have a nice long list for today. 1960s, 64 and 65 was Miss Kilborn. 83 and 84 is Miss Klaczynski and Rich Yee Raz. In 2000 to 04 was Miss Barnes. 1970, Miss Davidson. 1956, Sister Mary Pascalis. 1965, Miss Demers. 1990, Mrs. Klaczynski, known as Joan. We have room 202. And in 64 and 65, we had Sister Lolita, who everybody knows and remembers. 1993 and 94 for third grade, Miss Papiluk. And 1970, Sister Lucy. This is a corner room. So it looks out toward Ashland and also toward Leland. It's the corner of the building here. So across the street is the church, you could see a little peeking out there. The back row. This is the old music room. It's a door we cannot open. The elevator is here. The elevator does not work. We locked it for safety because we don't want anyone to try over these farewell tours. Here we have room 203. And we have 1963 and 64, third grade was Miss Duncan. And so 61 also was Miss Duncan. We are also staging this as a classroom. We left the rear unavailable. There's a lot of storage back there. We don't want anyone to get hurt. So that's why you see green tape in those cloakrooms. And we definitely opened some other cloakrooms. So a little more modern with the whiteboard, right? An old-fashioned pencil sharpener, not so old-fashioned actually. And we're walking down the hallway. No more graduation pictures. We're on the second floor. We have a sanitation station on every floor. And we are coming up on room 204. Room 204 is also a staged classroom for our event. Those bulletin boards and the whiteboard are really secured. We were not even able to move them. So obviously they don't use chalkboards so much anymore, or over the years, not anymore, because all of this is really vacant space. So these drawers, just to give you an idea, some of the classrooms have these kinds of drawers. They are all painted shut. Some of the cabinets do open. Here on the left, we have room 205. And the teachers in the 60s were Sister Mary Therese Rosa. And 61 and 1954, we had Sister Mary Viola and Sister Mary Anella. And of course, in second grade, seahorses taught us about birds rather. Here we have another cloakroom. We'll pop in. These famous cloakrooms, right? Couple of hooks, not too many. And here's our stage classroom. As we go up from second to third floor, we have a little more on the staging of the classrooms compared to the first floor. Room 206 was a computer lab for Mrs. Ferrara. In 1955, for third and fifth grade, was Mrs. Staknick. And we have Sister Mary Melissa, Miss Kafer, and Miss Colfer in 1989. Little barricade where there's storage areas. And here is another stage room for the day of the visit of all the alumni. By the way, most of the windows do not open. There's a couple that are cracked open, and there's no aircon in the building. It is quite the old building. So this is the end of the hall. We're on the second floor. There's a women's restroom on the second floor. And these two end rooms right now, unfortunately, are locked because it's storage of other groups that use the building. So that is a wrap on the second floor. I'm going to turn around and give you the whole view here. I think we're good. That's the second floor. Many people are sad that we're selling the building, but I wanted to just give you a little glimpse of one area that would have required a lot of repair. You know, depending on what happens with the sale of the building and the new owner, they might do a full rehab, or they could do a tear down. It's hard to know, but I wanted to give you an idea of what one hallway wall looks like. This is probably the worst one. And I'm gonna just film what's over here. Our mission: with educational and service excellence in focus, we will graduate competent and compassionate professionals who are ready to tackle the challenges of the healthcare industry in the years ahead. You notice there's a little bit of fading here. This was Northwestern School that rented this building for several years, I believe, and they promoted healthcare in their school. We are now leaving the second floor. Really, we had lots of stairs. It's the same, we believe it's the same green stairs as before, from the 60s anyway. So entering the third floor, starting with room 301. This is a room that is off limits because it's in use. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's room. Room is off limits for the tour. Room 302. Lots of chalkboard space. Mary Joyce Clancy put this piece of paper outside every room for the farewell tour, grade, room, and teacher for our guests to fill out. This is our third floor. So this was 6th, 7th, and 8th. According to Ginger Dalton, this was a library room. Okay, I barely remember it from the 60s, but that's what this room was. And we're walking along. This is room 303. Happens to be my room for 7th and 8th grade, and it's unfortunately off limits. We just don't have a key. It's off limits because we can't get in there. So it's just kind of an empty room. We were hoping to get in there, but it just didn't work out. But you could see a little bit of the room in there. This is the 303 was Sister Patricia McNamara and Miss Wild. This is facing west. have room 304. For me, it was Miss Dom's room, my 6th grade room. The green tape is just to keep people safe since we have storage in that cloakroom. Lots of chalkboard. This is just a little bit of an altar for one of the groups. So various groups have used Our Lady of Lourdes over the years. Storage in the back. We have room 305 here. This at our time was the progress room. Walking to the east end of the hall. Here's our fire doors, fire extinguisher. This is now the end of the hall. And we have room 306. Room 307. And the teachers here were Sister Mary Norita, Mr. Breen, and Miss Thomas. I don't recognize any of those names. Oh, those were from the 50s, 1954 and 55, 6th and 7th grade. Hooks for the closet. We're still on the east end of the building. This is room 308, and the teachers were Mr. O'Malley, Mr. Rash, and Sister Dolores. The back of these boards, these opened up, and this was the cloakroom for this area here anyway. And here we go down to the cafeteria. The stairs are pretty much. Hey you guys, you recognize this? It does not work, but it's the only payphone in the house. It says 50 cents, haha, but it's really not functional. Just wanted you guys to see it. And now we are entering the cafeteria. We have the men's restroom on the left, and then this is our wonderful cafeteria. This is our elevator that doesn't work, and then the boys' restroom is back here. And this back area is used for the soup kitchen. Losing my voice today after a weekend of alumni events. This is all part of the soup kitchen. So coming down the stairs to the lower level, the cafeteria. And we've got the ladies' room over here, and this is where we had lunch every day. Monday was Sloppy Joe. I don't remember all of the days, but Thursday was hot dogs. Friday was spaghetti, and there was peanut butter and jelly for those that did not want that. I can't remember what Tuesday and Wednesday was. Some of you will remember that, I'm sure. Not really sure if these were the tables and chairs. The door goes out to the parking lot. Thank you for watching the tours. It's been such a pleasure to film it all for some of you Lourdians that couldn't be here for our farewell tours. It appears that we had about 500 alumni, or close to, and families and friends join us on May 22nd and on June the 12th, and today is June 13th. We had a handful of students come today, and it's just been such a wonderful experience of decades of students meeting each other for the first time, and many alumni who had not seen each other since they were children reunite. So we revisited memories, relived them in classrooms, had a blast, and also we have been creating new memories. So hopefully there's more to come. Please visit my YouTube channel in my name, Maria Luisa Ugarte, and hope to connect again soon. Take good care. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay in touch.